over claims he ordered a second strike to kill survivors of one recent attack. Kane tells CBS's Face the Nation.
This rises to the level of a war crime if it's true. And the questions that we've been asking for months are, give us the evidence that the folks on board were really narco traffickers.
President Trump is defending Hegseth.
I don't know that happened. And Pete said he did not want them. He didn't even know what people were talking about.
The strikes are part of the administration's pressure campaign on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. U.S. envoys are headed to Moscow to discuss an endgame for the war in Ukraine. CBS's Torian Small.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio said things are not quite there yet. He met this weekend with Ukrainian negotiators in Florida ahead of Special Envoy Steve Witkoff's trip to Russia to continue these peace talks. The sticking point, though, seems to be the plan laid out by the U.S. Had a lot of concessions for Ukraine and not too many, if any, for Russia.
The Kremlin says Witkoff will meet with Vladimir Putin tomorrow. A powerful winter storm in the Midwest is making it difficult for many travelers to get back home from the Thanksgiving weekend. And there's more bad weather in the forecast. CBS New York meteorologist Tony Sadiku.
It's snow that piles up for the interior Northeast and in New England. Some areas could see as much as a foot of snow, especially in the highest elevations. That snow does not reach the I-95 corridor for the most part. It's just rain for New York City.
A winter storm's blamed for a 45-car pile-up near Indianapolis, and a Delta flight slid off a runway in Des Moines. The Supreme Court scheduled to hear a $1 billion piracy case today that aims to prevent copying and sharing music. Legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
Cox Communications is arguing that they are only providing customers with an internet connection. They're not overtly inducing customers to violate copyright laws. Sony argues that Cox provides a tool that they know is being used to steal copyrighted material.
An animated sequel hopped to the top of the box office.
Stop pulling my ears, stop pulling my ears. Never pull a bunny's ears.
Utopia 2 brought in $156 million in the U.S. and Canada over the 5-day holiday weekend, and a whopping $506 million around the world. Another family film came in second.
I'm off to see the wizard.
Wicked for Good rang up another $93 million. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live and save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply.
Local news and weather brought to you by Mississippi Energy Services. We're your fast, affordable, and friendly generator service company. msenergy.us. msenergy.us.
The search for the next coach and why it's not happening. A 90% chance for rain all day with a high at 51. 33 for the overnight low tonight and a 100% chance for rain. That cold rain is out of here for Tuesday with a mostly sunny afternoon and a high at 46. With news on 103.9 WIAB, I'm Chris Davis. If you have been keeping up with the Ole Miss Lane Kiffin saga, well, the coach has decided to ply his trade at LSU. Kiffin says when he told his employer that he was putting in his notice, they let him know his services were no longer needed, and the Egg Bowl was it for him and Ole Miss. Defensive coordinator Pete Golding, originally expected to be the interim coach, will actually be the new head coach for the Rebels. So a prolonged search is not happening. In McGee, police are looking for Jordan Jamal Brinson. They believe he is responsible for a fatal shooting that happened Saturday in the Goldwater community, according to Police Chief Dennis Borges. Police have not said who it was who was shot, and they are asking for tips on Brinson. In Bolivar County, a quick phone call by a neighbor who spotted flame and smoke, and the quick work by volunteer firefighters saved a large shop from being completely destroyed over the weekend. Those firefighters say they were not only able to save the shop, but a building next to it. In Yazoo County, the sheriff's department says a semi-truck is far too large for drivers to be taking risks, especially illegal ones. Friday night, about 9:45, deputies were able to get an 18-wheeler pulled over that had been swerving all over the road and say the truck driver was obviously impaired, agreed to a urine test, but told them first he'd been using meth and several other drugs. His massive road weapon was taken from him. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, chip away at the storm.
Good. And good Monday morning. It is the Chip Matthews Show, heard worldwide and all over the places, even in Baton Rouge, where the sorry coaches wound up down at LSU. But anyway, we got so much more out of what has occurred here in the world. And I want you all to think about this morning. So good morning to everyone, because we got to talk about the Lane thing, because everybody's going to be asking. I mean, it became the biggest news story over the weekend, besides the fact that Ole Miss skull drug the Bulldogs around the field. But that was expected. But anyway, so here we are on the program this morning. Remember to hit the like, the love, the share button on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, X. We're all there. But I want y'all to think about what took place this past weekend when Lane Kiffin left Ole Miss. What you learned was the best politician in the state of Mississippi, the best person to run things, happens to be the athletic director at Ole Miss, a person with backbone. Keith Carter, a Rebel graduate, played basketball there, showed poise. He showed stiffness. Lane Kiffin had become a rock star, and he just felt like, well, I'm going to coach this team all the way through, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And Keith Carter looked at him and was a true what a politician we would expect out of Mississippi to be. And he just said, no, that's not the way it's going. You're either going to stay or you're going to go, but you're not doing both. You know, you're not going to say you're going, but you're going to stay and get the glory of the victory. No. We're still, you're leaving. He left Ole Miss because he wanted to win a national championship. LSU is not in the playoffs this year, okay? Ole Miss is. And you know what that means? We're only 3 games away. 3 wins away from a national championship. 3. Count them. 1, 2, 3. You know, you don't get that close that often. And there we are. We're in the playoffs. We've got a home game. Everybody in the world will be there. Pete Golding is the new, not interim head coach. He is the head coach. He's the new guy. You know, we got him from Alabama. And another thing that you people need to realize, he's a Delta State graduate. Yes, he's Delta State. He's a Mississippi product. And there you go. So move on. And if you'll remember, years ago, in basketball, we got that. But Keith Carter, if you really look at what Keith Carter has done, He is the strongest athletic director in all of football, in my opinion, because when you in all of college sports, look at it this way: he got there, they got promoted him up, he became the guy. He brought in Lane, he brought in our basketball coach, and he's there equipped to win. Beard it's done well. You've taken these people and reevaluated their careers when their careers were in the toilet. So we take Lane and take him in and fix him. And now he decided, I did that myself. The egotistical in him says, I did that myself. Okay. Now Beard is there at Ole Miss, and the basketball program has advanced. And it'll be yet to be known if he will leave. But the reality later on, and after he gets a situation like this. But the reality is, what you really, really, really have to look at is the difference in college football now. Ole Miss was always playing good football before, and we were a play or two away or a player or two away from being there. But we were always trying. We were there. We it's what we did. And when the rules changed to where you could reach in your pocket and start fixing the problem, it was the alumni that stepped up to build this team. It was the people that said, and was that Lane or was that Keith Carter? Keith Carter put together the team that went out and raised money, NIL money. Ole Miss was one of the first teams nationwide to be all over it. Do y'all realize that you can go to the liquor store and buy alcohol there, that when you drink it provides money to the NIL? There are many things that are going on out there. And you got to also remember, y'all, a lot of the money that comes into Oxford and to Starkville, all that money the SEC gives you. We get so much money off of being a member of the SEC. And I want everybody to remember this. Swanee, who was an original member of the SEC, can always opt in. If you were an original member, if you want to come back, you could. Swanee could get in and get some money quick and build a program there. Money will build a program. He is moving from beautiful Oxford for Hattiesburg. No, he's moving from Oxford to LSU. It's even worse. Joanna, I don't know where you're getting Hattiesburg from, but good morning to you, Joanna, and J.C. Dunn, and Lloyd Travis, and Russell McGuffey, and Will Brown, and Jeff Thomas, and Beth Ladner, Shane Easley, Donna Yowell, Joe Lynn Michael, Pastor Rod Scott, y'all. And then Tommy James of the Wild West Show checking in. You're scorching the grass in Mendenhall. I was listening to Merle 101. There you go. But let me tell you something. This, if we had politicians in Mississippi who had as much integrity and backbone as Keith Carter, what would this state be like? He should be the next governor of the state, if you ask me right now. He didn't back down. He didn't bend. He didn't do all the things that you expect when someone feels like they have the upper hand and they control you. Keith Carter showed that he was in control in Oxford. I am the athletic director. I will fix the problem. And that's that. Did we have a big, long search for a new head coach? No. We had one sitting right there, Pete Golding. Joe Judd, who's hanging around, he was the head coach for the New York Giants. He's there on the staff. He's going to take over the offense. So, what will happen next? What will happen next? Will players as Ole Miss? Ole Miss is on the big stage. We're on the big stage. We were where we needed to be to get all the press in the world. Now all we have to do is go win one. Go win a national championship. and watch Lane Kiffin act like a baby and say, "That's my national championship." No, it's not yours. And we're going to go get it. We're going to go win it. We're going to win it all. We're going to skull drag Ohio State when we get to them. Alabama is next, and it's going to be great. I guess it's Alabama. It should still be Alabama. But anyway, football is football, and it's December 1st. It's a brand new month. It's the last month of the year, and things are looking up in Oxford. Nothing's changed except for the mouthpiece, Nothing has changed. So let's go play some football. Okay, also, let's all talk about politics. I mean, think about all the politicians out there who want to tell you they have your best interest in heart. And they talk about, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and they do nothing. Y'all look at the big picture. Look at the big picture. When pot was voted in by the people through a ballot initiative, okay, what happened? We had the ballot initiative. People voted in. The politicians got left out of the money. So they came up with a way to go back and get in the money. That's all they care about is the money. They don't care about us. That's what's wrong here, is you don't care about the integrity of what you're doing. You just want the money. And that's the same thing that just occurred in Oxford. Keith Carter showed integrity, and Lane Kiffin showed, all I want is the money. I don't care about anybody else. I just want the money. I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go to that hell pit called Baton Rouge. And once again, the rivalry is intact. So that's just fine with me. I can deal with all of that. Too bad we can't rid of politicians as easy as college football coaches. No kidding, Andy Devine. No kidding, Andy Devine. The bad thing, I mean, we won't stand up to anybody. I mean, we've been looking at Delbert for years, and he keeps doing us wrong, but he keeps getting back. And I mean, and that's kind of like the Republican Party. The Republican Party of Mississippi accepts, as soon as you have an arm, we just accept whatever you do. That's not the way things should go. That's not the way this world is built. And, Keith Carter just has shown me that there is a way for the good guy to win. There is a way for the good guy to have some integrity. There is a way for the good guy to do the right thing and come out on top. Now go win a national championship, and everybody will be happy. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Everybody will be happy. We'll be back with more right here on the show.
1039 WYAB.
Hi, I'm Darryl Palmer, candidate for supervisor in Rankin County. Many will recognize my voice as the voice of the Northwest Rankin Cougars, as well as formerly the voice of the Mississippi Braves. Now I want to be your voice of District 2. I plan to provide strong conservative leadership, focusing on maintaining and improving our property values, making smart, informed decisions regarding new development, doing what I can to maintain or improve our schools, fire and police protection, as well as roads and bridges. On December 2nd, I'm asking you to vote Darryl Palmer, your voice as Supervisor District 2.
Did you know that the average 6-room house collects 40 pounds of dust each year? Local business Pure Air Consultants duct cleaning service can rid your home of the dust, dirt, and debris that may be caught in your air ducts. They can eliminate the mold, fungi, and microbes that might be growing inside your ductwork and polluting the air you breathe in your home. Mention WYAB and receive a free UV light with system replacement. Visit online at mypureairconsultants.com. mypureairconsultants.com.
Delicious food and a relaxing atmosphere combine to make the best place for sports fans and foodie fans to watch the game and just hang out. Capitol Grill of Jackson. Of course they've got the games, but food, oh my goodness. Mouth-watering po' boys, fish, steaks, appetizers, and a specialty pizza menu. Kitchen opens at 5 Monday through Thursday and 11 Friday through Sunday. And happy hours are daily at Capitol Grill. Also enjoy the all-new Tuesday night and karaoke on Wednesday and Friday nights from 8 till midnight with DJ Money Ma. Capitol Grill, DeVille Plaza in Jackson.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store. LS Tractor understands your passion for the land, and just like you, LS Tractor is committed to excellence and superior products. LS Tractor comes with a long list of standard features that are unmatched by other brands and backed with the LS commitment to provide exceptional customer service and satisfaction. You get a lot more for your money with the LS Tractor. Come to the Tractor Store in Richland to experience the LS difference. The Tractor Store in Richland.
Some of the best parts about being home for the holidays are sharing stories, sharing gifts, and sharing a slice of pizza you crave the most. Like the classic Pizza Kitchen from Johnny's Pizza House, topped with 11 legendary ingredients. It's the main course on everyone's wish list. Need a gift for that hard to buy person in your life? Get them a Johnny's Pizza House gift card and go from good friend to best friend. They may even end up sharing it with you. Share a slice of home this holiday season with Johnny's Pizza House.
Hello, this is Hines County Attorney Gerald Mumford. I want to thank the citizens of District 26 for turning out and supporting my wife, Kamisha Mumford. This is a critical election, and we're not finished yet. Kamisha takes this opportunity to serve and earn your vote seriously. On December 2nd, I'm asking for your support vote for Kamisha Mumford. A vote for Kamisha is a vote against the machine, but it's a vote for everyday, hardworking citizens who deserve a leader who has a track record of getting results. Vote Kamisha Mumford, Tuesday, December 2nd.
Paid for by friends of Kamisha Mumford.
Hey, this is Ben Ingram from the Braves Radio Network. We're in commercial right now, so I want to let my sister take over and tell you about Hometown Property Group.
Thanks, Ben. This is Mary Claire Putman with Hometown Property Group. Whether you're buying or selling, we are committed to guiding you through your real estate transaction with integrity, exceptional service, and remarkable results. Madison County has been my home for 40 years. I'd love to help make it yours, too.
That's Hometown Property Group. Give them a call at 601-853-6080.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here's your host, Chip Matthews.
Yes, I am Chip Matthews. This is the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Of course, Dawn McKenzie is still out. She has an event to go to, a funeral to go to today. And then she will be back, and it will be back to normal here. Extremely hot day and 101 degrees. Yeah, right. Chris, what is wrong with you? And Andy Devine, school choice will make high school sports as screwed up as the college sports have become. Yes, it will, and it could, and there's lots going on there with the school choice. School choice is just should be a non-issue. It shouldn't come up, but the legislature will do what they want to do, and show no backbone. They don't want to. The people have said this is what they want. You know, they don't want school choice. They don't want this. And in Madison County is waiting to see what the bill's going to look like. Well, nobody's seen the bill. Education freedom. And let me remind everybody, tomorrow is a voting day. Yes, tomorrow we're voting for District 26 in District 26, we're voting for a representative to take the place of John Horn, the man that had no backbone that was there before us. And we've known that because when he left, you know, he talks about all the stuff he did and did. We don't remember anything you did. You know, the water crisis occurred. I didn't hear your name. But all this stuff that occurred, you just did what you did. And then you got elected, which made your purse go up. And you're going to get a bigger check when you retire. You're going to do your 4 years. All you got to do is the 4 years. You ain't even got to get reelected. And so you have taken over and you started the Rise Up, Rise Up, Rise Up campaign, which when you go and research that, you'll find out that the Rise Up, Rise Up, Rise Up campaign was part of the Democratic socialist agenda of the Jackson Group. I mean, John Horn is a joke. He's a joke. He's not making decisions. Compare what John Horn has done. He said, we need to go audit the water people, the ones that are actually got water flowing again at Jackson Water. We got to go audit them. And meanwhile, they're just saying, we got to raise rates because you won't let us cut people off and collect the money. And then you have all your legislative buddies there who own apartment complexes and lands in Jackson. And good morning, Michelle Dickerson and Chris. You got all your buddies that own these apartment complexes. Why don't they just pay their water bill? You'd have money. Water seems to be the only thing left in Jackson, if you really think about it, because there is no tax base. People don't pay their taxes. A lot of people that own the apartment complexes that haven't paid their water bill have not paid their taxes. And everybody wants to blame it on the people they brought in to fix everything, And I'll compare that once again to the Lane Kiffin thing. Lane Kiffin was brought in to be the voice, to be the head, to be the guy. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, college football changed while he was here. And Keith Carter and his group that he put together to go raise NIL money went out and did what they needed to do, because we were always just a few players away. And in the past, they said we even probably paid players. We went on probation for some things. But, now that you're allowed to pay them, Ole Miss stood up, bought what they needed to play. LSU buys them. He's going to get down there, and all of those billionaires that they have there are going to tell him what to do. And since we've learned that all he cares about is money, that's all he'll care. Whatever they say, he'll get his 3 years in and leave with his $90 million or whatever they're paying him and be a coach collecting a paycheck, just like the one before him, Mr. Kelly, and the one before him, Ogeron. They're all collecting paychecks from LSU for not producing. So that's that. And, that's that. Now, Beth Ladner wants me to talk about the Exit 119 story, which I will pull that up on the Polo Perspective. They put that up there. But, they're talking about in Canton about the feds are all over town. Feds are everywhere. Y'all, the FBI is all over Mississippi, is what you need to realize. As they walk through the Delta and they go into Washington County and find out that you have officers that were putting people in the streets that were drug addicts to go and steal SUVs and ATVs and everything else in the world. They were stealing what they needed. Okay. Then you got the police, the two sheriffs that were running drugs. I've always said you got a lot of police departments in the Delta and in the Benny Thompson district that are running drugs. Probably got cover from old Benny. But that's what world we live in. Money is everything. And that's why this Ole Miss hiring is so refreshing to me, to know that money was not the issue in fixing our problem at Ole Miss. I mean, everybody kept saying Ole Miss was offering, but I didn't hear Ole Miss was I never heard a number that Ole Miss was willing to pay. It never got out there. But they said that they would match whatever anybody else offered. And then the money ruled the day, and he went to LSU. But that's also his integrity. Everybody talks about how much integrity he had gained and how much he had grown up from being in Oxford, Mississippi. And there's some truth to that. But under that, as soon as that greed kicked in, greed is an emotion you cannot share. And that emotion kicked in for old Lane Kiffin. And then he started screaming at his employees saying, look, you coaches, you're leaving with me. If you ain't on the Lane train to Baton Rouge with me, you're stuck. Pete Golden said no. Pete Golding became the head coach. Pete Golding is a Rebel, and he's also a Delta State grad. There you go. And then Joe Judge, you ain't telling me what to do. I was the head coach for the Giants. Well, he's still there. Now, I've got some things that I don't like about Joe Judge. There's one thing that bothers me a lot about him. He is the head coach that benched Eli Manning in the middle of his run for one game. Ruined his starts. But that's what he did. And then he corrected and later fired. But your pressure comes from the money people who think they are doing the right thing. And it's just like in our state legislature, when the money was on the table, the people voted in marijuana, and all the politicians got left out. So what do? They go take our ballot initiative from us, and then come up with a Supreme Court ruling in their favor. And then what do? They go and mess it all up. And then you got Trump fixing to outlaw certain levels of pot that may destroy the entire industry that we've already started to build here. All because of money. People making moves and not thinking about everything involved. They got left out. The state legislature got left out of the money, so they got rid of it and got back. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Dawn will be back tomorrow, and then we'll talk about all the different things you want to talk about. Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Dawn will be back tomorrow, and then we'll talk about all
1039 WYAB.
Hi, I'm Darrell Palmer, candidate for supervisor in Rankin County. Many will recognize my voice as the voice of the Northwest Rankin Cougars, as well as formerly the voice of the Mississippi Braves. Now, I want to be your voice of District 2. I plan to provide strong, conservative leadership, focusing on maintaining and improving our property values, making smart, informed decisions regarding new development, doing what I can to maintain or improve our schools, fire and police protection, as well as roads and bridges. On December 2nd, I'm asking you to vote Darrell Palmer, your voice as Supervisor District 2.
Here's a word from John White, the owner of Two Gun Tactical in Flowood and Ridgeland.
I carry a gun every day, all the time. Last year in America, 2 million legal guns were pulled, and it stopped the threat. So I'm really wearing a firearm just to stop the threat. There's more likelihood of me just pulling it and not using it than there is using it. TwoGunTactical.com, TwoGunTactical.com.
Two Gun Tactical, the South's only country club.
You can show your pride and patriotism in honor of the 250th birthday of this great nation by proudly flying a flag. And a complete flag source on I-55 in Jackson is the place to find it. All sizes for all purposes. And they have the official 250-year celebration flag. Have a look at CompleteFlags.com. That's CompleteFlags.com.
CBS News Brief. President Trump is responding after lawmakers say Defense Secretary Hegseth could be guilty of a possible war crime if he called for a second strike on a suspected drug boat to kill 2 survivors.
I don't know. I'm going to find out about it, but Pete said he did not order the death of those 2 men.
Top U.S. envoys head for Russia after Secretary of State Marco Rubio took part in talks with Ukrainian officials in Florida.
This is delicate. It's complicated. There are a lot of moving parts, and obviously there's another party involved here that they'll have to be a part of the equation, and that'll continue later this week when Mr. Woodcock travels to Moscow.
Fresh off Thanksgiving weekend travel woes, a potential nor'easter's on the way. CBS meteorologist Rob Marciano's in New York.
Mostly northwest of I-95, that's where the heaviest snows are going to be, 5 to 10 inches. So that's a high impact storm. The bigger cities should be mostly rain, but still, this is going to impact a lot of people.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
You know what's a nightmare? We've all seen that movie where the bad guy's coming and your gun jams up. Luckily, that's just a movie, but you can't take the chance it could happen to you in real life. Hey, y'all, I'm Therese Apel from Dark Horse Press, and I've written stories about a whole lot of situations where people needed their gun to work for them. So if yours is moody or likes to jam, you need to take it to Guns and Gear. Let their professional gunsmiths look at it and fix it so it'll work when you need it. They're the absolute best at what they do, and that's why I buy all my guns from them. That's Guns and Gear in Gluckstadt. Check them out today.
This is Lori at the Mailroom Gluckstadt with exciting news. We now offer photo services and large format printing, such as banners, yard signs, blueprints, and canvas prints. We also print business cards, invitations, photos, and more. And with the holidays coming fast, let us print your Christmas cards. Many projects may be ready the same day, and the Mailroom Gluckstadt is still your place for shipping, drop-offs, and gift wrapping. Visit us at 272 Calhoun Station Parkway, across from Callaway's in Gluckstadt. Mailroomgluckstadt.com.
Y'all come see us at Flora Animal Hospital, your trusted hometown vet. We offer a wide variety of veterinary services, including boarding. Dr. Kaylee McCary is a Madison County native who has been serving the Flora community and surrounding areas since 2013. She leads our team of highly trained and compassionate women. We are located at 740 Highway 49 in the Cotton Exchange Plaza. Call us today at 601-879-3222. At Flora Animal Hospital, we treat your pets like our own.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Yes, I am Chip Matthews. This is the Chip Matthews Show, heard worldwide and around the world, and especially up there in Canton. Y'all, I'm looking at this thing on the exit 119, which, in case y'all didn't know, is the city limits of Canton. And what they got listed here, because a former convicted, let's say, I'll just read it. State Supreme Court reinstates witness intimidation conviction for former Canton school board member. Yes, that would be voter intimidation for Courtney Rainey back in the day. And she was poking at this Polo's perspective, which, of course, Polo is in jail. But whoever's running his page now is something else. And it went from corrupt charges, snitching on your friends to save yourself, telling the state she paid somebody to take the realtor exam for her. But didn't you need the same help? Zero loyalty, not to friends, running around nonprofit for profit, but no results. All of that and poking at other people has led to her being what I'm understanding and I'm reading is state Supreme Court reinstates intimidation conviction for former Canton school board members. Now, you also got to remember, we also have some school board members, or rather some aldermen, who later in this month are going to find out their sentence. But it just nothing else happened. You know, it's people are going to jail, and people are talking about the FBI being in Canton. I know for a fact, because I've talked to people at the tax commission, at the Madison County Taxes Office, and they'll openly tell you about it. They found that, and it's happening in several counties in the state where illegal immigrants were buying car tags for their cars. And that's because the state law doesn't require you to show proof of residency. You can go in and get a tag. You go in to buy one, they sell you one. And they were selling thousands across the state. And they got that. And so our new Madison County tax collector, he's the one, he took care of the problem. He took care of it. But as you look at what's going on in Canton, they're investigating. You got FBI talking on Rudy Warnock. Rudy or somebody's been talking. Rudy or one of the aldermen that's going to jail have been talking. So they got more people to pick up, and it's going to happen. And City Hall, they have no leadership there to take them in the right direction. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, there is no leadership in Canton. And CMU, when the leadership had a chance to put somebody on the board at CMU that had experience in the field of utilities, a person that was more than qualified, they put a barber, a person that cuts hair, on the board. Never mind, they pay that board, which technically is illegal. And they go, well, Chip, how can you say that? Well, go read the rules. Somewhere in all of these legislative things that go on around the world, and even in Mississippi, maybe we need to go find some of these fourth graders who are the Mississippi Miracle, so they can read and tell these people how this stuff works. I mean, because they don't know. They can't understand it. Let's see what's on the phone. Let's see what we're getting into. Good morning, WYAB. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
This Master D, we want the people to know that with Polo Perspective and Whistleblower Association, we go on full steam with this corruption here in Mississippi.
Oh, yes.
And yes, we are anti-Bennett Thompson. It's time for him to go. If he endorses any candidate, this pay-for-play organization, which is nonpartisan, and all of them involved, whether they be Republican or Democrat, it's a pay-to-play here, and all things will be exposed according to the word of the Most High in these last days, these latter days, because we cannot continue as taxpayers continue this corruption cycle. There's no accountability. There's a boule of Negroes and good old boys working together. And Clay, we have nothing against you, Clay, but whenever you do smoke, brother, you got to understand that fire. We will have your wife, your ex-wife on there.
Hold on just a second. I'm Master D. I'm not Clay.
Well, I know you're not Clay.
Okay.
But Clay coming up.
Yeah, he is. He comes up at 7.
Because he want to pay to play too, and
yeah.
I'm not calling you out.
No, I don't pay to play.
Because I know about that because I worked in as a building engineer in Canton, and I know the corruption that's involved. And Benny got his deep hands down there. Anywhere where these nefarious Negro Democrats and good old boys had like Woody Norwalk. Benny sells tax credit. As a congressman, you can sell hundreds and millions of dollars of tax credit.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see no development.
Right.
It's gone through the JRA and different forms of avenues here in Jackson. And he gets $50,000 a year from the NAACP. It's a pay to play. He wants to Kermit the Frog, Derek Johnson and family. We don't want nothing with Benny. And Benny, we ain't going to play with you, son. It's time for you to go. And you got $44 million. You're not investing nothing. The water's still brown and green wood. Taste look like piss. Maybe taste like piss. I know I ain't drinking it no more when I went down there. But we like what you're doing. I don't care. I'm not a racist person. Yeah, I was in, you can't judge people when they were doing something. Yeah, I'm a ex-Black Panther. You want to make me a Black Panther for life? Yeah, I will be. But we're not a racist organization. We don't get in there and decide we're going to hang a white person and say we're going to go after white people. See, this scandal, try to scandalize and dirty people's name, it's just a cover-up for this good old boy network down here. And it's nonpartisan with me, man. It's about righteousness and girls. And I'm just sick and tired of this corruption here. And we're sick and tired of it. So the Mississippi Whistleblower Association is a real organization with real people. And you want to be Caucasian, pink, black, white, or whatever, you stand for justice, come on aboard, because we're going to expose this corruption.
There you go.
We're going to do it by any means necessary. And we're going to exit. We're going to, we got our Second Amendment right for those who think they can bully us and take our life. We by any means necessary with this because we ain't got time to play with y'all no more. Whether you white, black, purple, and blue, this corruption that goes all the way up to the White House and Donald Trump. You know, you just a disappointment, and you're hurting your own people. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you. What? Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Who do you think should take? You got a runoff tomorrow, an election. Who should we be voting for tomorrow in the election?
The Senate election?
Yes.
Well, I'm not gonna vote for anything with Benny Thompson name around it, and I'm gonna vote for Miss Mumford.
There you go.
She's in my district, and I'm just gonna vote for her because the reason why she have gotten on the block and the grassroots campaign to ask for the vote, and out of all the candidates, I'm gonna vote for her. But the Johnson family, I'm gonna put an H to that. Hell no.
Okay.
Leave Kermit the Frog, send his ass back to where he come from, and let him drink some of that water down in Detroit.
There you go. There you go.
And I hope they got some old water with some lead in it, and let him drink some of that. And Benny can drink some too. It's time for you to go, man. You got to go.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you very
I
much.
Put my name on the ballot. Hey, it is what it is.
I always
have a good one.
thank you, Master D. Yeah, and that's the way I see things. I see things just like he sees things to a degree. I mean, I'm still a Trumper, but it's okay to have your own opinion. But it's not okay to sit back and think that people aren't trying to destroy you. That some people run their entire world based on the money in their pocket. And I know Trump's a billionaire, but Trump doesn't have to be there for any of this. And yet he's there. And that's what I respect out of Trump. And, he's doing things and things are occurring. And I'm sure money is involved somewhere. We will all learn that at some point. But that's that. I mean, it's just sorry. And it's like I tell you, the person that has shown the most backbone in this entire state is Keith Carter, the athletic director at Ole Miss. When big money and everybody was probably saying, do whatever you sell your soul to Lane to where we keep Lane. I'm sure we put up a lot of money, and I'm sure we made an effort to keep him. But he wanted his cake and eat it, and he thought he was strong enough to win that battle because Ole Miss wants that national championship so bad. No, Lane wants that national championship so bad. That's why he went to LSU to chase it. Forgetting the fact that he's only 3 games from it. 3 games from it. He's right there at the pinnacle. He may get his whole 3 years in at Baton Rouge. And I say 3. I mean, I'm sure his contract's longer than that. But by the 3rd year, they'll be buying him out. They'll fire him. He'll be out of there. He'll be back at Florida Atlantic, rebuilding his career. Don't take everything in life for granted. Get out and enjoy life and just have some backbone. I mean, we currently have no backbone for a mayor in Canton. We have no backbone for a mayor in Jackson. We have no city councils at both places are weak. They, everybody wants to kick it down the road, blame somebody else. Well, I voted for the right person to be on the board, and I couldn't get another vote. You didn't try to get another. None of you are leaders. If that's the case, somebody should have been able to lead. Then you people on the board, they don't know a lot of things. They don't know the corruption, and the corruption's coming at them from all angles. And as the FBI is looking into Canton and everywhere else, don't think that you got left out. I mean, they busted the Delta, coming right on through the Delta, picking up officers. They got highway patrolmen. They got people that worked in the prison system. Burl Cain, all of those people, were they at the press conference? Was Burl Cain at the press conference? Was Sean Tyndall at the press conference when the FBI was doing all that? No, they weren't there. They weren't invited. The feds are coming through here cleaning up. Think about it this way, everybody. And everybody in office now is just probably hoping that they get out of office before something bad happens. But billions, a bunch of billions. We're in the 20s and 30s billion dollar, 40. I mean, it's the billions is adding up. We ain't even get to $1 trillion soon on the money coming into the state for AI. Lots of money. And I can promise you, where money goes, evil goes with it. And everybody's got their hand out. It's just like that sports betting bill. Jason White didn't pass it last year, but they've all been to games. They've been to the Super Bowl. Probably went to every football game this year. They probably have tickets already to the championship game, the college football championship game. They'll be buying everybody. I mean, at more Ole Miss wins, the more legislatures are going to go to the game, and it's going to be paid for by sports betting. And they're going to, once they do all that, they'll have to cave in and add that sin tax to it and say that it's going to be the end all, and we'll never need to come out of our pocket with another dollar, because that's what we did with lottery. We fixed everything with lottery. We fixed everything with this. We fixed everything with that. Yeah, the corruption's out there. It's nothing but money. Nothing but money. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Nothing but money. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris at Fannin Mart on the Riz is quickly becoming Rankin County's go-to spot for pizza, burgers, pasta, appetizers, daiquiris, and more. Try their famous Wheel of Flavor pizza. You can add up to 3 different specialty pizzas onto one pie, such as the Margarita, Sergeant Pepperoni, Acme Beet Buster, Pig, Pesto Chicken, the Old Mexico, the Supreme, or hey, just build your own custom pizza. Acme also has a full bar with 9 different frozen daiquiris to choose from. Open daily at 4 p.m. Acme Pizza and Daiquiris.
Getting a new prescription filled in your eyeglasses may not get rid of your headaches. It may not be the prescription at all. If your eyeglasses are not custom fit and properly adjusted to you, that could be the source of your headaches. At Eye Gear Optical, we verify the prescription in your lenses and the custom fitting of your frames to ensure you have the most comfortable and visually accurate eyeglasses every time. We fit eyeglasses to you, your lifestyle, and your budget. Eye Gear Optical, 2630 Highway 80 East in Pearl, and eyegearoptical.com.
Grizz Nation, your Memphis Grizzlies are back home on Friday, December 5th to take on the Los Angeles Clippers. Be here for the 7 p.m. tip-off as your Grizzlies defend the home court against James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and the Clippers. Get to FedEx Forum early for Robin Hood City Night, with the first 5,000 fans getting City Edition sunglasses. Tickets are available online at Grizzlies.com or in person at the FedEx Forum box office in Memphis.
Venable Glass is your local glass expert, offering residential, automotive, and commercial glass. Venable Glass can do it all. What sets Venable Glass apart from the rest? Unmatched reliability and customer service. Don't forget, tell your insurance company that you want to use Venable Glass. And remember, you do have a choice. Let Venable Glass work hard to earn your business. Call Venable's Ridgeland or Brandon locations today for a free estimate or visit venableglass.com.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris at Fannin Mart on the Riz is quickly becoming Rankin County's go-to spot for pizza, burgers, pasta, appetizers, daiquiris, and more. Try their famous Wheel of Flavor pizza. You can add up to 3 different specialty pizzas onto one pie, such as the Margarita, Sergeant Pepperoni, Acme Beet Buster, Pig, Pesto Chicken, the Old Mexico, the Supreme, or hey, just build your own custom pizza. Acme also has a full bar with 9 different frozen daiquiris to choose from. Open daily at 4 p.m. Acme Pizza and Daiquiris.
This ad is for all the guys who work hard and they expect their truck to do the same. At RPT Commercial, we have the accessories to help you on the job site. From names like Bedrock Flatbeds, WeatherGuard Toolboxes, Nap-High Service Bodies, ARE Camper Tops, Deck Storage Solutions, and so much more. Stop by our new store on Highway 80 in Pearl and check with our expert staff and see what they can do to make the job just a little bit easier on you. At RPT Commercial, trucks live here.
our brick and mortar location in Canton come November 2025. But fear not, smalltownmusic.com will remain alive and well, and you will still be able to text or call 601-859-8596. Small Town Music, come on and get it. 859-8596. Call before you're home. We will have a booth on Canton Square at the Emporium, and you can still browse our guitars and support our original music at www.smalltownmusic.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Hello, I am Chip Matthews. It is the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB, minus Dawn McKenzie this morning. And I see your mama didn't even check in today either. Everybody's sleeping late in the cold. They only want to listen when you're on the air. I don't know what to think about that. But anyway, she's out today. She'll be back tomorrow. But y'all, when you look at this corruption that goes on everywhere, everybody in Canton being turned into a confidential federal informant, y'all need to realize that. The person you're talking to asking you questions might be setting you up. Y'all got it everywhere. We got it everywhere in Canton, left and right. And we've been, I have run my mouth until I'm blue in the face telling everybody, this is what's going on. They go, Chip, you're crazy. They ain't going to ever do nothing about it. They're in control. They ain't going to change anything. Y'all, we're going to go to that sentencing on the 10th, is what I believe it is, December 10th for, no, it can't be right. Well, that'd be a Monday, next Monday, for, what's his name, for Rudy Warnock and his friends. But we'll see what happens there. And more people are going to be indicted. More people are going to get arrested. The FBI is everywhere in town, in Canton, but they're all over Benny Thompson's district. Y'all, Benny, in case y'all didn't know, Benny hadn't been completely honest with us Mississippians for a long time. And our Mississippi legislators and Mississippi people that are elected haven't done anything about it. And you say, well, they can't do anything about it. Well, they can. One, they could come out and find a strong candidate to run. That's number one. Number two, when Benny did things that he should have been censured for, we should have censured him. His job is to represent Mississippi and Mississippians and what they want, not what Benny wants. And that's the same thing for all of you legislators that are going to go to Jackson in next month. You're there to represent what your people want. Jason White already has people mandating in his district that they don't support school choice or education freedom. And they have asked that, they're going to ask him to not vote for it. But, he's the number one person out there pushing it. And, and then he was also last year, he wanted to push Medicaid reform and stuff like that. He wanted us to opt in for more stuff. Somewhere in there, Republicans are about not paying as much taxes, moving in the other direction. And we just don't do it. What did that just come in? A drive-by shooting? Hold on. Drive-by shooting in Jackson leaves man injured and house riddled with bullets. You just can't make this stuff up. It never stops. We got to get control of everything, y'all. We got to be like Keith Carter at Ole Miss. Keith Carter said, no, Lane, you don't, the people, I'm here to represent the university. I'm here as an alumni running this program, and I run this program. I'm here to represent all the people that went out when you wanted a team and the rules changed and we were able to buy players and this, that, and the other, and we went out and raised money and got you the players that you needed. We did that. Not you, Lane. We did it. And we will continue, and we will win that national championship this year. We'll see you back tomorrow. Clay Edwards is next on WYAB.